Welcome back to Market Midcap Masala right here on ET Now. And now let's get in discussion with the management of Indigo Paints. The company did come out with its earnings, but what's the way forward and what's really panning out on the industry level? Let's understand more on that. And we are being joined by Mr. Hemant Jalan, who's the chairman and MD of Indigo Paints, joining us on the show. Hi, very good morning, Mr. Jalan, and thank you so much for your time. And firstly, with respect to your earnings, and wanted to ask that despite extended monsoon, this time we have seen your revenue growing by 5%, EBITDA margins did expand 230 basis points. Why don't you start by telling us what were the growth drivers behind this and what is the outlook for Q4 and FY27?
So, because of the extended monsoon and the slightly early Diwali, and Diwali is associated with painting in at least a large part of India, so the purchase window for paints between the end of the monsoon and Diwali was fairly short this time. So Diwali, October was a bad month, at least for us. I would understand for the entire paint industry compared to October of last year when we had a much larger purchase window pre-Diwali. But subsequent to that, in the last 3 months, that is November, December, and January of this quarter, our company has seen double-digit top-line growth. We have also seen an improvement in our product portfolio, moving more towards premiumization, and that helps in larger margins, both at the gross margin and EBITDA margin levels. As to what we foresee for Q4 and for the year ahead, definitely there is some kind of a revival in demand happening in the paint sector after a long period of slowdown of almost 2 years. How fast that revival will come and how long it will sustain itself is something that we have to keep our fingers crossed. If the last 3 months are any bearing on what is to come in the future, I think Q4 numbers should be much better and FY27 ought to see a return of normalcy to the paint sector. That is what we are all hoping for.
Okay.
But we keep our fingers crossed.
Okay, keeping fingers crossed on that note. Mr. Jalan, talk to us about any pricing action. Have you undertaken any price hike in any of your products in Q3? Is that something that you've done in early Q4, that's early this quarter? Or is a price hike on the cards for you given the way competition is ramping up in the sector?
No, I don't think there has been any price hike or price drop undertaken at large by the paint industry in quite some time. And the reason is that raw material prices have continued to be benign and gradually moved downwards. So that has offered a buffer to the paint industry. And I would be surprised if any price increase were to be announced in the near future by anyone.
All right, we look forward to that. But along with that, if you can quickly tell us that how is the advertising spend evolving among the legacy players versus the new entrants amid the rising competitive intensity, and what are Indigo Paints' plan for the same?
So there is a media war going on between the market leader Asian Paints and the new entrant Birla Opus. They are both pegging their television advertising at a fairly high decibel level. And I think the number 2 player, which is Berger, is kind of keeping its ad expenses steady. Most of the other players seem to have completely stopped advertising or drastically reduced their advertising expense from whatever we can track. As far as we are concerned, we have marginally moderated the advertising expense, but we have not gone away from the screen.
Okay.
We feel that advertising is something that you need to continuously invest over a long period of time.
Right.
So we are maintaining a certain visible level of advertising, and we intend to continue doing that going forward.
Okay. Mr. Jalan, apologies due to paucity of time. We're going to have to let you go. But thank you so much for taking the time out and speaking to us about the quarter gone by. And more importantly, what you're forecasting in the quarters to come for the overall industry too. Thanks so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Okay, viewers, on that note, we're completely timed out on this edition of Midcap Masala. From Shrishti, me and the team that put the show together, thanks so much for watching. But stay on, because Buy Now Sell Now takes all the action ahead.